What's up, y'all? DPD19 back here with another video, and we are here not to talk about MetaZoo, not to talk about PSA, but we're here to talk about NomNomverse, the Kickstarter, what's been going on since the Kickstarter ended, where we are today, and everything in between. So it's gonna be a raw and brutally honest video. Probably gonna ruffle some feathers. Some people are probably gonna be upset about it. I don't give a fuck. It's, if you don't like constructive criticism and criticism in general, just stop the video and don't get yourself upset. So, for anyone that doesn't know, NomNomverse is a TCG RPG, first of its kind, and cool, unique idea. Some of the characters are pretty cool, and it's headed by Victor Larson, who is a former MetaZoo artist. And they did a Kickstarter. It funded about, let me double check what the quantity was. I think it was 250,000. Yeah, $250,000. Original goal was 100,000, and they had a total of 376 backers, and it was fully funded on March 7th. So, pretty successful Kickstarter campaign. I was thinking it might go a little higher, but once certain allegations came out, we're not going to talk about it here in this video. It definitely went down, but who knows, what the full story. We're never gonna, so I'm not really gonna talk about that here. But yeah, ended on the 7th of March, and they had decided to go with a US printer who had printed their doorway cards, printed their sample cards, the prototypes version 3 and 4, and yeah, they hadn't printed version 3 and 4, I don't think, until around like mid-April, maybe early May, if I remember correctly. Those weren't printed, and they were printed at the same time. However, volume 3 money was like collected in fucking November, December, which is kind of fucking ridiculous, waiting that long for 3-pack cards. And in my opinion, it seems like they waited until volume 4 got to the point where they still didn't print it, so let's just wait till volume 4 sells and print them at the same time, which I think is one of their bigger missteps and why we are here we are today. That wasn't proper English, but fuck it, keep it rolling. And yeah, so March 7 was when it ended. They printed their doorway cards, and they were doorway and their Ralph Halloween cards. And from the second I saw them, I was like, these are shit. Don't like them. Trash cards. Definitely way too thick, like ridiculously thick. I don't know if it's they didn't give them specs and the printer just said, we're gonna print whatever, or the printer didn't even fucking ask them. Because I mean, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me. They just printed whatever the fuck they wanted, didn't ask certain questions, and just printed. And the team didn't mention anything to them. I have no idea, but probably what happened. And we have like card quality issues where, like, even with this thick ass cardstock, you have fucking rounded over corners, damage over here, little nick over there. The corners are all kind of rounded. It's all rounded, like fraying from the cuts. That's shitty right over there. Like, most of these cards from what I've seen are like 8 to 9 quality max. I even seen like 7.5s. Because the quality is just shit. It's dog shit, like, to say the least, for a thick card. So I'm like, all right, maybe, thicker card stock, it's gonna be better. No. That would be too easy. Cardstock was even worse. This is an example. Howler bar on the back. The non-hollows aren't as bad as the hollows, but you have chipping and fraying, whitening, mostly issues on the corners. I'm gonna try to grab the hollow, because the hollows are usually the worst. Where is it? Grab a Moogie. Let's grab Master X. So Howler Bar is from Volume 3. Moogie is as well from Volume 3. So we got card quality there. Yeah, card quality there. Again, corners are the issue. That corner's fucked. That one's chipped, just completely off. Just shit quality. The front's not bad, but like that's fucking ridiculous. That's just, it's cheap ass like business card quality. I'm mad I threw out some of the business cards, my old business cards, because I could just show how flimsy and garbage they are compared. And then we have volume 4, printed at the same time, same issues, dog shit corners. These two corners aren't bad, but fraying, chipping, trash quality. And for $15 a pack, higher cost for the printing, it's not worth the fucking money it's printed on it. I got Asterix, we have a indent issue there, straight from the pack. But then the hollow's always got it worse. Like, look at that shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, the whole edge is fucked. That corner's fucked. It's like, what the fuck? Like, the chunk of the card. It's just dog shit print quality. Same thing. And I just want to show between the two. Let me grab... those to the side. I'm going to get my eBay listings confused with each other. So, we got these. Like, look at this shit. This is not how a card is supposed to react. It's not. And then you have, as an example, I know NomNom fans, fucking close your eyes, don't cringe, it's a MetaZoo card. But it bends with a lot of force. This one, I'm not even fucking trying. And I've bent it like that. This one I legit have to push hard to even get it to. Like, it's a sturdy cardstock. Even, like, you can hear the difference. Or even volume 1 or 2. Like, you can... like, that is it's denser, but it's also not fucking flimsy, like just looking at the card thickness. It's hard to see, but it's not the same. It's not as thick. In my opinion, the quality on the old ones, not the best either. But whitening is a fucking pet peeve of mine personally, and I think a lot of people. So, I mean, a little bit of surface scratches, some people can deal with that as long as there's not a fuck ton of whitening. This one's not terrible. Little white nick there, white nick there. But these are proto packs, so you do want to try to, like, figure it out. And you got 4 proto packs, you can fuck around with printing, figure it out. Like, you got this one too. This is volume 2. You got the little whitening issue, like, shitty little fraying over there. Not amazing, but I did like the card feel. I did like the card backs. The fronts, I like the color. I did like the finish. It could definitely be a lot better of a card, quality-wise, but it's not terrible. The black, with black too, it's easier to see all the whitening that happens. Same thing with Magic cards. But it's definitely, you know, better than this fucking piece of shit. Like, even, like, the color. Like, how the fuck is the black even... I didn't even look at this before. It's just... it's not even black. Like, what the fuck? Like, this one's more glossy. This one's more of a matte finish. I just fucking indented the shit out of that card. My elbow's on it. So I got that. But, like, I haven't done this before, so I'm kind of curious as to what it's going to look like. So, there's that. Just even to see how it rips. That's what the card looks like inside. It's just like a regular paper. I'm curious to see what the volume 1 looks like, out of curiosity. Looks about the same. Same type of paper. Yeah, similar. It's just extremely thick, and this just seems fucking. I know if anyone's like, "Oh my god, he ripped the card," calm yourself. Fucking, this is a test, and I don't care. This is not worth really jack shit, and this is probably like a $10 card, but it is what it is. So, stock wise, same thing, but just shitty quality for volume 3. So throw that off to the side. So yeah, once they did volume 3 and 4, I was extremely disappointed. I immediately was saying the US printer is dog shit. It's you don't get to this step already with those packs and expect them to drastically change. Like it just doesn't make sense. It's just stupidity. And the whole reasoning for switching to US printer was, it's going to be faster, it's going to be quicker to people, and all we experienced as buyers and fans was even worse waiting times. And it had gotten ridiculous. I don't know how long 1 and 2 took. You guys tell me in the comments below. I wasn't around at that time. But 3 and 4 for 3-pack cards was fucking ridiculous. Like, you're waiting 3, 4, 5 fucking months for something you paid back in like fucking November, December for volume 3. Like, that's ridiculous. That's some bullshit. And then the lack of like updates and communication, that's the other thing, is for one of their team members to have talked so much shit about the lack of communication, the dog shit, transparency from MetaZoo, and then they do the same exact shit. It's just hypocritical, and it's ridiculous. And you see some of the NomNom fans do that too. You can see on Instagram. One of my buddies sent me it, and one of the people, they'll know exactly who they are if they're watching the video. They're talking shit about the bankruptcy, and when you get pretty much like, when you guys gonna learn? It's continue to be soon, huh? Yet that's exactly what NomNom's doing and has been doing this entire Kickstarter. Is the word soon. They've become synonymous with the word soon, and people publicly aren't really going to say that, but privately that's what almost everyone thinks. You can hold each other's hand and sing kumbaya songs in that Discord, the 12 people that talk all the time, but even some of them are like, yeah, this is kind of bullshit. Like, you're just making excuses at this point, like, what's going on? And it's just not fair to them. And there's been so many things throughout this Kickstarter where it's like, you just see all the same mistakes MetaZoo made, and it's like, come on, you just saw them fail. Now they're going to get a second chance because the idea is that good. The company made that much money. Someone's going to take a chance and continue with it. You just saw their failures, and you're repeating them all. And the biggest one was transparency, updates, no pre-orders and waiting fucking 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And you're doing exactly that. Like, what the fuck? It's comments. It's the stupidest thing ever. You have all the lessons learned for you from them, from all these other companies, and it's so ingrained and early on, happening not that long ago, and you still fuck up and make the same mistakes. It's ridiculous, and I don't get it. So once the Kickstarter ended on the 7th, Johnny, aka Moldy Potions, had made a post, congratulations, like, thank you guys, all who have supported us, for an amazing campaign, and that was March 7th. Not a word on their Kickstarter for 3.5 months. And we make, again, another mistake that MetaZoo made. We assume everyone's on Discord. We assume this is where you're going to get your information. We assume that people will come here and see it. A lot of the people who supported are not on Discord. Don't give a shit to download Discord. They're not going to download it just for a fucking Kickstarter. So what you needed to do was update people in the announcements as well as on the Kickstarter itself. Because 3 months later, anyone that goes onto that Kickstarter looks at it like, huh, Looks like they just scam people. They just disappeared after 3 months. They're not answering any questions. They're not, responding to anything. Like just crickets. And even then, just straight up no no answering to really any questions back then. And they would just kind of let it be. I'm just trying to look. See, like one of them, when someone asks, fuck me, for any updates on this was April 30. And then one of the backers has to tell you where the fucking updates are. And give you an update. Are you fucking kidding? That is the most unprofessional, stupid thing ever. That your fans have to update you. It's ridiculous. And there would be questions that wouldn't be answered for a month or two. It wasn't even looked at and then responded to later on. It's just ridiculous. And there wasn't another post until, I'm assuming they hired him. I don't know his specific role, but they have a guy named Benjamin working with him, or for them. And on their updates, after 3.5 months, he started posting updates and, getting into it, giving people updates from the Discord onto there, which was nice. It wasn't as consistent as probably most people would like, but it was something. It was something versus the rest of the team gave jack shit to their Kickstarter backers. And if you give me $250,000, the least you can do is update me, I don't know, every week, every 2 weeks. If there's nothing to update, yeah, every 2 weeks, a month minimum. Something. So the fact it got to that point was a bit bullshit. And there's a lot of things with the process where I don't like that the printer's getting all the blame. I think that's horseshit. The team themselves have their own faults. Like an example is, got the money by March and then printing didn't start until, I don't know, June, July? If even till like mid-June. They started like printing starter decks. But as of like mid-July, they didn't even have the people's preferred names for the fan art cards even like done. So they can't print those cards in the packs if they don't have your preferred name. So they're not printing the fucking booster packs in mid-July. When originally it was supposed to be July, then it turned into August, then it turned into September, and then start of October, end of October, and then now 3 months from now. And I'm going to get into that later. But it's like, all the people talking shit about, the word soon with MetaZoo, that's NomNom. You're legitimately making fun of the game that you are so much supporting, but talking shit about the one that failed at the same time. You're not making any sense. You're backing something that's making the same mistakes and you act like they're not, which is ridiculous. And I believe most people, understand that, and they see that they're doing exactly the same mistakes, and behind closed doors, that's what everyone says. They want to stay positive, but they're like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. This is horseshit. What the fuck is this? Like, everyone's upset. But then in the Discord, it's mostly, what'd you eat for breakfast? Like, the fuck? It's ridiculous. And people are afraid to talk out the ones that are extremely, like, huge fans of it. They've been there since close to the start. It's like their family, but it's like, if you don't check family, then that's how family runs over you. If you allow them to make excuses and not be held accountable, that's how you get fucked over. That's in life, that's in anything, that's in business. I get it, it feels like a family, but at the end of the day, they are a business and you are their consumer. You can feel like it's family, but at the end of the day, they still need to provide you the product you're paying for. Okay? And a lot of the people that have overly large opinions aren't even contributing money to the TCG that much. They're not your biggest spenders. They're not the ones that are going to pay for things down the line. Like $250,000 That's not mostly from the people that talk all the time in the Discord. It's just not. And they just kind of alienated over this time without transparency, without giving actual updates, without bullshitting people. They legitimately just turned people off one by one, two by two. You know, and for transparency's sakes, I invested a lot of money into this Kickstarter. And when I say invest, I just mean I spent X amount of money. Like, I spent thousands of dollars on this Kickstarter. Probably one of the most amounts in this Kickstarter. So I have the most to lose from saying any criticism, from talking any shit. And that's why some people don't. Because it's like, this is their investment. Their already mindset is, get the fuck out of this. Once I get my product, I'm dumping it. And if everyone that supported you, or most of them, just dump their product, you are fucked. Your prices are going to skyrocket down. You've lost so many fans through all this bullshit. And every chance that NomNom had to capitalize and get part of the market share once MetaZoo failed, almost every one of those people that they got, they have lost. You fucked up a great opportunity. And you have Chronicles of Arcane as well. They got so many new people after, MetaZoo. People try to find their family, find their new thing. And most of them have left. And, I don't know much about, what's going on there. They've released another set or two since. But most people get tired of it and they don't care. Doesn't hit them the same as MetaZoo. They move on. And that's what happens with most TCGs. You don't give them product, they're just going to move on to the next one. People want product. And as much as people talk shit about MetaZoo, the product fatigue, that still kept people around. People still spent money because they love the cards, they love the product, they love the idea. But then you have NomNom where you're not really getting any product. And the product that you did get was dog shit. Subpar quality. Terrible quality. And it's like, what the fuck? Why are we paying $15 for proto packs instead of 10? Why are we paying $25 for Spookala packs with 2 packs in it and a fucking sticker for $25? And someone in the Discord had mentioned like, oh, secondary market, you could, the price makes sense based off of that. Like, secondary market doesn't fucking matter for the cards inside. Especially when you consider convention and you have other TCGs like MetaZoo or other ones that give you free promo cards. Free, F-R-E-E, free promo cards. They pay for their spot there. They do all of that shit. And they don't really make any money. They just go there for the appearance to spread the word of their game. They might sell some product like clothing or fucking, existing product they have. But they're not selling promo packs for 2 cards for $25 with dog shit quality. Knowing also that the cards were terrible quality, still sold them to people. That's the other thing that's just like tip of the iceberg. It's ridiculous that you would go to that length and not tell people, not be in the description of the listing, not say it constantly. Someone said they'd mention it. I have no reason not to believe that person. Trustworthy guy, and I bought and sold with him before in the past. And I was in and out of that stream, didn't hear them say it once. Someone who was in it a lot didn't hear it once. So it's like you sold people shit product for $25. If you're going to have shit quality product, I don't give a fuck what you spent on it. I don't give a fuck if you spent $15 per 2 cards and fucking promo pack, which would be ridiculous if it was, but let's say hypothetically. I don't care if you spent $15. You better fucking not charge me more than $15. Break even. Tell people that the quality is shit. Be transparent 100%. Not fucking make your money and then be like, it wasn't the quality we wanted. Yeah, but you fucking sold it anyways. I'm not saying go to Spookala and cancel it. I'm not saying go to Spookala and, not sell your cards, but be transparent and sell them at a reasonable price. And if you're going to sell them at $25 a piece, you better fucking tell me that they're shit quality. And if you buy them afterwards, that's on you as a buyer. Not on me. I wouldn't blame them at all at that point. It's up to them. I thought it was ridiculous before knowing about the quality issues because you're a small game It's 2 cards and fucking packaging. Like, come on. That's ridiculous. Fuck, I don't give a fuck about secondary market. You can get free promo cards from Cryptic Camp, for Christ's fucking sake, is handing out free promo packs. And they're selling on fucking eBay and Facebook for $30 to $40 a pack. Like, for 2 fucking cards. You tell me that they couldn't afford to fucking buy them and not make money off of it? Come on. It's ridiculous. I was getting more ranty than I expected this, and I've definitely gone off topic and off the fucking timeline. But yeah, so there's been constant updates on the Kickstarter. They had drip giveaways where they were supposed to be updating people, supposed to be like hangouts, and there weren't really ever updates. I was in almost every stream, there were just giveaways. And I would wait till the end, and some of them, there wasn't any update at all. It was just strictly giveaways, and it's like, why the fuck did I just waste an hour and a half, 2 hours of my life? Like, the giveaways are great, you know, I've won a couple, but I came here for the information. I didn't come here to fucking, you know, hold my dick and try to win a giveaway. That's not what I'm there for. And that would just be misrepresented so many times. People would expect updates and they'd get none. So that was another thing that's ridiculous, is just transparency and moving the goalposts. It's going to be later, it's going to be later, it's going to be later. And I was like, all right, thinking eventually we're going to get product. I hope it's not dog shit, but waiting this long, you would assume it's not going to be. Especially, you know, they went to see the printer, they had meetings in person. It's, you know, should be all set together. And then every time they got product, it was dog shit quality. I would like to know, the couple times they went to the printer, what did they fucking do? What did you do? Did they print test cards out? Did you hold them in their hand? Did you look at them, see what the quality was? Or did they just sweet talk you and you believed bullshit? Because the second part is what it sounds like. If it's this shitty quality, then there's no shot in hell that, you know, you looked at cards in person, like from your actual set. Like they cut a sheet of what it was going to be for prototypes or your the Kickstarter, and you looked at it and you said, yeah, that's perfect. There's no shot you did. No way. And if you did, then that's just negligent. But I don't believe that they even printed shit. They just sweet talked the team and they believed it. They continued to believe it, and they're very gullible. And I don't like the fact that some people are just giving them every single benefit of the doubt, because at some point you gotta step back and realize, maybe I'm getting fucked here. Maybe this printer's full of shit. Because when I heard, oh, they dealt with Topps or Panini, it's like, the fuck did you make? The fucking inserts? The shitty paper cards that no one fucking wants? I mentioned this in Discord. I've worked at Legoland before. You think I couldn't put that on my resume and spin it like I'm some fucking big shot? I've worked at, this spot. I've worked in all these commercial places like PetSmart, fucking Legoland. I've worked in all these amazing places. I've worked in a 10-story apartment building it in Chinatown. Like, you can make anything sound better if people think it sounds better. Oh, I worked with Topps, I worked with Panini. Yeah, what'd you do? Ask questions, go deeper into it, do research. Don't just take someone's word for it. That's how you get fucked in this industry. In any industry. Construction, TCGs, like, you need to fact check everyone and everything. That's just how it is. You can't just take people's word for it, especially people that you've never dealt with before. Especially people that you've dealt with and their card quality has been absolutely dog shit. You should not have believed a single word they said. And the being gullible part and stubborn is a big reason why, and again, I'm getting off track. I'm getting off topic. I'm going thing to thing. It's off the timeline. Fuck it. It's just me rambling at this point. It's whatever. I don't care. If you're still here watching, I appreciate you. Don't know why people fucking listen to me rant, but here we are. In my opinion, and I've had this opinion for the last 6 to 8 months, the team, the people in charge are not fit to run a business. They are not businessmen, women, like that. That's just not them. You have creators, people who love the game, love to create, but they should not be in charge of running day-to-day operations. They can have input, but and maybe even final say, but they shouldn't be in charge of things day to day. That's just no. Like it's like an owner of like a football team. Most of them let the GM handle things, and then if there's some things they need final approval on, they go to the owner, they approve it. Shit like that would be fine. But they need someone, and apparently they're going to have a project manager now who's taking charge of, production and whatnot, and that's great. I hope it does amazing. But it's how it needs to be from now on. They should not be running the company, in my opinion. I've run businesses, I've been in charge, I've seen other businesses fall, I've seen ones, prosper, and I see what people do right and wrong. And all I've seen for the most part is them with misstep after misstep after misstep. And a lot of it could have been prevented from common sense, looking at your predecessors and how they failed, and just not doing that. And instead, made a lot of the same mistakes. Stubbornness. We'll get to that in a little bit too. But that's just my opinion. And this is all constructive criticism. I want to make that very clear. You can get butthurt all you want. It is not just being rude. It's constructive criticism. If someone or people are not fit to do a certain job, to do a certain task, it's constructive criticism. Where in my job, if I get to the point where someone's like, hey, David, you are not fit to be project manager for this company. You need to be demoted. You need to work back in the field as a painter, patcher, tiler, carpenter. That is shit. That is just constructive criticism and the truth. And if the truth hurts, tough shit. If you're not going to do better at your job, then you need to get someone that will do it better. It's just simple. And I get it, it's their baby, but you've failed the last fucking 6 to 8 months. Doing it your way hasn't worked at all. So get someone that does. Not just for the Kickstarter, not just for now, for the long haul, if you can even make it that far. Because you've lost so many customers, so many future purchasers as it is. Can you even get them back? I don't know. I don't know if they can get any of them back or some of them, because their window has closed, in my opinion. You might see Cryptid camp out with cards fucking before them. You might see MetaZoo have a set ready to release, or announced at least, before they release cards. Not ready to release, but announced before they release cards. And you know damn well, as much shit as people talked about MetaZoo, the majority will be back once they see product in people's hands. Everyone I talk to says the same shit. And even the ones that say they won't, they'll be back. So you've lost that market share that you took before because of all your decisions and inept reactions. Like, Kickstarter's great. You funded it. You got it in people's hands. What happens if prices go down? People paid what, $120 a booster box? What if it goes down to $40 a box within 2 months? How's that going to look for future products? Why the fuck's anyone going to pay $60, $70, $80 for a new box from these Chinese printers? And that's the other thing. The whole reason for US printers was faster time. It's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to be faster and better. And that's the exact opposite. The US printer didn't have any they didn't have the capabilities to do everything all in-house. All their shit had to be done out of house besides the cards, or a lot of it anyways, like packaging. And there's so many extra steps for no fucking reason. But they sweet talk their way into making you think that, they could do it all. And they said as late as like July, mid-July, I think it was. Oh, this is who we want to deal with forever in the future with everything, not just cards, maybe magazines, manga, everything, print-wise. They're capable of all these things. And yet they're capable of fuck all. It's funny how that works. And if they had someone capable in management, this wouldn't have happened. If they had printed volume 3 and 4 separately, and they would have seen that the quality didn't get better from that to that, maybe they would have changed it earlier. Maybe they would have been on their ass more. But we took the easy way out in a lot of scenarios. And now you're dealing with the end point. And I don't like how anyone that criticizes is looked down upon by some people and fucking, you know, given these stupid fucking novels about how, you know, oh, I can, you know, give the team a break, give them a break. No. They need to get a harsh look at reality. This is what your actions did. This is the consequences. You fucked up royally the last 8 months. By sticking with the printer, by printing these products with the printer, you fucked up with these decisions. And again, I don't think it's just the printer. They didn't have all their shit ready, I think, in time. That's the other thing. And you have all these people too that said, oh, this is unlike any other Kickstarter. They're going to get stuff out so early. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is the best ever. And then those same people got quiet real quick when it hit July, August, September, October. Quickest Kickstarter ever. And then that turned into excuses of, well, every Kickstarter has its challenges. Every Kickstarter's delayed. That wasn't your tone of voice 3 months ago. That wasn't what you were saying 3-4 months ago. You know, kissing ass and saying, oh, you know, this is the best ever. That wasn't the case before. So why are you changing up your attitude now? Why is it now, oh, you know, things happen? We're going to be hitting almost a year before people are getting product. That's not much different than MetaZoo with Faded Spade and their whole money fiasco. Not getting product out to people. Taking like a year or almost a year. It's about the same thing. Granted, they had a lot more money. They were also more established. So, not exactly the same, but same certain couple people that talk shit about MetaZoo got real quiet when shit was hitting the fan. And they only talk shit. They say certain things, you know, that's just a bit ridiculous. And they love to back people that were doing the wrong things. And now that it comes out that they did the wrong things every time, now they're quiet. And the ones that are vocal are just making excuses. And now, for the team members themselves, I'd already mentioned Benjamin. Tessa, I feel bad for her to an extent. She's the one who deals with most of the crossfire, who responds the most in the chats, and I would say deals with it the most. Moldy disappeared for like fucking 6 months. Didn't say too much in the Discord at all. And then just recently showed up the last day or two. And I'm personally not a fan. I think he should stick to working on the game. You know, if he wants to chat in the chat, cool, that's fine. But I'm personally not a fan. Don't think he should be running a company. And I'm just, like I said, not a fan. Snarkiness and, you know, a couple things I don't like personally. But if he even remembers me, probably don't like me either. That's fine. I don't care. But Tessa, I feel like, again, her too, she should stay being an artist and, you know, talking to the people in Discord and managing some of that stuff. You know, maybe manage a couple things behind the scenes, but stay as a creator. You know, great person. I don't have anything negative to say about her. I think she's rather positive and, you know, tries to see all viewpoints. So I have no issues with her. Victor is the creator, and I don't think we've seen enough of him. I think him being quiet is a bit unfair to the other two, and it's a bit ridiculous. I get it. Your creation, your dream is, you know, was shitting the bed, and Brian, who was the new project manager, had mentioned in his post basically that, you know, he tried to help Victor and he was being stubborn and want to stick with the American printer, ignoring, you know, some of the things that Brian had said. Let me just double check it real quick. Let me check. Yeah, he had advised Victor not to stick with that U.S. printer, and he kind of, you know, just didn't want to listen to him. And here we are. And I'll get into Brian in a bit. I probably said that 20 minutes ago. But yeah, Victor needs to come out and speak, at least say something, and I think he's making a video on it about the whole thing, but he needs to be more in the public eye, in the sense of, hey, we fucked up. I made bad decisions. Here we are. We're trying to do everything to fix them. Because every drip stream, I think I mentioned already, was just like giveaway streams and a slight teaser here or there. But he didn't really say anything. Most streams were a waste of time. And, when things are getting tough, we haven't really seen him. I got nothing against the guy, but like I said, as an owner, not an owner, as, managing things and dictating decisions, should not be in charge of. He is not a business owner. He is a creator. That is what he is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But he's not fit for it. So that leads me to this project manager. They had hired a project manager to foresee the project. I don't recall if it's just for the Kickstarter, if it's for the time being in the future. If it's not for the future, then find someone who will. But from just what I've seen from the start, just him being blunt and direct, even saying that, he tried to advise Victor on what to do. He's also good friends with him, advising him what not to do, what to do, and him not listening. Just saying that, he's taking accountability basically as Victor, which is a bit ridiculous. He should have been the first one to come out and say, hey, I fucked up. I didn't listen to people around me. I was stubborn. I did my own thing. That's what he should have done. And I don't know. It's like, I like everything this guy says. I like just the tone. I know, texting, how can you understand tone? Just the way someone types. You can kind of see there's not really much bullshit. It's, hey, he fucked up. He screwed up. Here we are. We're going to fix it. We're going to get you product within 3 months. Simple as that. And he has all this experience. We're still all in the prove it stage, where even with him saying all those great things, it's great. I have a little bit of hope. I never had hope that it wouldn't get fulfilled. It's just when. Probably should have prefaced that, but 43 minutes in, if you're still in here, I never once thought they wouldn't fulfill product. They will. It's just, is anyone going to give a fuck at that point? Is 90% of the people just going to dump product? Probably, honestly. I'm one of those where I'm going to just sell my product, and again, thousands of dollars invested. This is not a good idea on my part financially, but I don't give a fuck. I wanted to collect, whole binder sets and everything, and unless I'm blown away with the quality and blown away with everything, I'm just going to sell shit as is. I don't care. It's not worth my headache. I wanted to stream. I wanted to, sell on eBay. I wanted to stream to people. I wanted to rip packs live for people, have fun, mess around with the community, joke around, be myself as I am in my Metazu streams. And I have, as of right now, zero fucking interest to do so. That's what they've done to many people. They don't fucking care anymore. So even if Brian's able to get us all product in 3 months, are most people even going to give a shit? I'm mentally not really giving a fuck personally. It's not my favorite thing. I'm more excited of when's the next Metazu set coming out. And that's probably going to take longer. That's the point we've gotten to. People are more excited about that than you coming out with product. And now you got to work to get all those customers, and you got to get new customers. And that's the other thing too. Marketing for NomNom has been fucking atrocious. My God. It has been non-existent. We are making the same mistakes as Metazu. Good fucking Jesus. There's been little to no marketing whatsoever on anywhere. outside of Spookala, there's been little to no fucking marketing. This game is not going to grow organically. This game is not going to grow by word of mouth. We are not having a meta zoo in terms of that. You need to put money into marketing, put money into, getting people into the game, people finding out about it. And in a way, it's probably a good thing they didn't yet, because you've lost a lot of the people that are existing. So if you got new people into it, they can't really get into it without fucking product. Can't get into it if, product's in 3 months. Come wait till the Kickstarter comes out and buy on the secondary market. That wouldn't look good either. So, in a way, blessing in disguise that they haven't. But that's something they need to improve for the future. Actually fucking market. Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't really seen anything. I was told that they were going to do it closer to a Kickstarter release, and as you can see, they didn't. There wasn't fucking, there's not a release. And it's already been 46 minutes. I'm just trying to look through a couple screenshots to see if there's anything I've missed. A lot of decisions, not the biggest fan of. And you have some anchors and some people that are just, making excuses. And that's not how people learn. People learn through, in a lot of ways, from public criticism and, things being out in the open. Things happening behind the scenes, you don't really learn shit. A lot of people don't. You learn through public criticism and people calling you out for that. And what do I mean by that? Throughout the 3.5 months of, no updates to the Kickstarter and the Discord, nobody got answers to questions really. Like major ones of like, oh, when's this going to get released and shit like that. Like, oh, is the product going to get released soon? Like, it keeps getting pushed back. A lot of the people didn't get answers until, multiple people were asking. Multiple people were making a little bit of a scene. Me even getting, the ability to get a certain Kickstarter tier. I privately messaged people. No response. It takes me mentioning it in public on their Discord to get a fucking answer immediately. Like, that's just the trend I've seen, is there's silence until the problem arises. We're not going to talk about it to delay it as much as we can before we have to talk about it. That is another MetaZoo fucking mistake. We will deal with the problem once people start to show unrest. That is the worst fucking idea ever. And you're at the point where everyone's pissed off. Everyone's like, what the fuck? So many people don't want product anymore. People are asking for refunds. And mind you, fucking stupidest people ever. If you put money into Kickstarter and you didn't know that you can basically get fuck all from that Kickstarter, and they could just not fulfill it whatsoever and you lose your money, if you didn't know that beforehand, that's on you. It's a bunch of bullshit. People like, oh, I want a refund. Shut up. You don't know what you did, so that's on you. So I'm not going to blame them for that. I think they're going to, produce their product. And there's just a couple people left that are just on that hill and they're going to die on it in the Discord, where they're just supporting everything. And even if they're in the wrong, they're going to keep going with it. And they want to make excuses for the team, and that's not how they learn. You are not helping them by giving them excuses. Certain fans are giving the team more excuses than the team is giving themselves. That is coddling. You are coddling the people who you bought product from. That is not how business works. I do not expect my clients in construction to fucking coddle me every time I fuck up. I fucked up. End of story. This is how I'm going to fix it. That is how I deal with my day-to-day. I make it very clear. I do not really hide much of anything. I'm too honest at points. And I let clients know exactly what the fuck's going on, how I'm going to fix it, how we're going to go about this. And if it's someone else's fault that I have no control over, like, you got to talk to that person, because it's not my place to say. Shit like that. Coddling is a stupid fucking idea. And making excuses for them. Everyone needs to be like, all right, cool, you fucked up. How are you going to continue from now? But they need to ingrain in their head, they fucked up, don't make this mistake again. You made it for 6+ months. Do not do it again. Fix it and don't go back. And like I said, they might be too far gone. There might not be a chance to succeed for the long term. It might just stick to a small niche if that's even feasible. But I don't see it getting big. And specifically, I don't see it getting big without a TV show. I think that's imperative that that happens, and I think it could be a very good TV show if done correctly and, done right. I think it has, a lot of potential. The card game, you lost most of your investors, you lost most of your flippers, and to the people that want to say, oh, good, we don't want them in here. They're the reason a lot of games are still around. They're the reason Pokemon's as big as it is. They're the reason MetaZoo got as high as it is, because of flippers and investors. And I get it. Oh, then the prices just soar up too high, and then I can't afford it. Okay, we'll wait till you can afford it. Oh, you don't want to wait. You want to buy it now. That's not how life works. And in every card game, you need a mixture of all of it. You need players, you need collectors, you need investors, you need flippers, and the people that, look down upon flippers, it's just ridiculous. Technically, you say, oh, stores are flippers. They just, have an LLC. They just do it for a living. But then flippers are looked down upon. Investors are looked down upon. It's like the stupidest shit ever. It's like everyone thinks they're the fucking super fan and they're a true fan, unlike all these people that do it for money. And it's like, if you do it because you like it and for money, does that make you a bad guy? Some of those same people are the ones wanting 2 to 3 times market value of their old MetaZoo cards and surprised when they don't sell, wanting more than market price for NomNom price and then being upset that they don't sell. Those same people. Yeah, we coming for everyone today. I don't give a fuck. It's just a lot of hypocrisy, and I'm not for it. It's ridiculous. And there's a lot of anchors. There's a lot of people that are just quiet. They're not saying nothing. And I found out the other day, too, that anchors signed NDAs. I'm fucking so glad I didn't apply to be an anchor. The main reason I didn't was because I don't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be told what I can and cannot say about a game and product. Unless I'm, 100% backed into it. I didn't have that interest. Fuck giving me 5 free packs. I didn't give a shit. Couldn't give a rat's ass. I'll just buy the packs. If I can't get them, cool. I'll collect the cards later. Anchor is not much different than a fucking partner. It's just a word. It's like partners of MetaZoo weren't actually partners. Anchors, I haven't seen them really do shit in terms of spreading news because there's no news to spread. And that's not me talking shit about other anchors. It's just they're keeping quiet, most of them, because they don't think they can really say the truth in some situations. And I've spoken to some of them, and I'm not going to name any names, but people are upset, people are pissed off, people are annoyed, but they're not saying it publicly. If nobody says shit publicly, then it looks like it's okay. No, it's not. You're seeing in the Discord, there is unruly unrest, chaos. You are seeing it live. People going at each other's throats, people being stupidly positive and giving every excuse in the book for the team, and you have people that are just shitting on them completely. It's not shitting on them completely, but basically saying hold them accountable, which constructive criticism for the most part. A couple people go a little too far, but whatever. But yeah, oh fuck, I have rambled for a bit. It's been 54 minutes. I'm gonna scroll through my screenshots real quick and see anything else. And I think the team will try to make some things right. There's, you can't really fully make up for everything that's happened. It's just not. It's like if your partner cheats on you, and you forgive them, it's only so much that they can do to make it up to you, where it's yeah, you still got that in the back of your mind, yeah, you kind of cheated on me. Yeah, in this case, yeah, you kind of fucked us over and made us wait forever. And I'm all for You know, don't give me shit product. Don't give me product just to give me the right product. I just wish they saw all the red flags. They actually weren't stubborn on it, and they just did it. And when I say they, it might just be one person's final decision. I don't know. I'm in a position where, like I said, I'm a project manager, but if someone has the final say above me, nothing I say matters at times. If the person above me overrides it. So I don't know how those conversations went behind scenes. I don't care to find out. But wrong decisions were continually made. And before you even release a main product, you've already lost the trust of most of your fans. You lost most of your fans. That's just how it is. Yeah, just the Spookala cards. That's just $25 was ridiculous to begin with, but hand packing them and not making it very clear that they're all damaged. Not all, but a lot of them are damaged, and even calling the ones that are fucking fucked up badly, like were on the print rack and they got warped or fucked up on the surface, like, oh, these are errors, cool errors. That's not an error. That's a damaged card. Don't fucking pretend that that's an error. No, an error is like on the fucking print of the card. That's like saying on fucking Mezu Hero Quest cards, ooh, this is an error. It's got 3 indents from the CD. No, shut the fuck up. An error would be like Babe the Blue Ox being green instead of blue on some cards. Like, that's an error. That's not supposed to be there. The number on the bottom right being incorrect, that's an error. That was just a small thing that fucking annoyed me. it was ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more. We're all mostly in the words are nice, but prove it to me. I don't give a fuck what you say at this point. I want you to show me what you're gonna do at this point. Words are nice, but actions are better. And we've heard enough words and bullshit to now we just want actions. And if the printer's dicking around all this, I get it, you know. It's annoying. A lot of it's on them, but you still strung people along. That is still on you. And weren't transparent like you said. I want transparency from here on out. And I cannot stress this enough. It is constructive criticism. I want them to succeed. Am I going to be a part of that journey in the future? Probably not. But I would like them to succeed. If they come out with a show, I'm going to watch it. But for the cards, I need to be blown away by the Kickstarter in order to want to buy more into it, to collect, to sell the cards. And you need people selling on secondary market for your game to thrive, for people to see it. A lot of people with even MetaZoo being dead got into it from seeing the bankruptcy, got into it from seeing my cards on eBay. That is another way of spreading the game. If there's no sales of that stuff on eBay and other platforms, then it's harder to get someone to like randomly see a card like, oh my god, I want to buy that. People are always on their phones. They randomly see that on eBay, like, oh, let me try and buy that. Simple as that. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, never say never, but I don't plan on being in part of it for the long haul. You can dislike it. You can, say, oh, you're a fake fan, or oh, you're just a flipper, you're just an investor. That's what I've become at this point, because I don't give a fuck to really collect anymore with it. I've lost the care to. I've lost the passion. That's what the team did to me. That's what the team did to other people. Don't blame the fucking consumer because the people in charge of the company didn't do their part. They messed up. Don't go back to consumer for that. Consumers can be upset about it. Consumers can be frustrated. And for the most part, Tesla's allowed people to vent their frustrations. Same with Benjamin. They've allowed people to vent their frustrations. If people went too far, they'll say something. But it's basically, go on. Say everything you want to say. Because they know damn well if they start banning people, that's going to make it worse. So this is the way of, all right, now you got to take it on the chin. You gotta listen to what everyone has to say. And this is how they learn. From this video, and I hope they do succeed. Just looking over real quick. Yeah, no, just Spookala again. Price point is still ridiculous. 25. I don't give a fuck what the cards do on the secondary market. 25 is ridiculous for 2 cards in a massive bag. It's not even in a pack. It's in a Ziploc type fucking bag. Not Ziploc, but like the squeeze Ziploc type bags. It's oversized and ridiculous. Not even a regular pack, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get flack, gonna get people bitching about this, people complaining, people giving me shit for it. If you don't like the honest truth, then tough shit. I don't give a fuck. And if you disagree with what I said, that's fine. Preferably the couple people that just kiss NomNom's ass and think they can do no wrong and, you know, not want to criticize them at all. I'd rather you not comment, because I don't need to see the same thing that I see in the other Discord. But if anyone wants to say they disagree, say they agree with points, they disagree with others, feel free. I'm more into it than most people realize. I've seen more than a lot of people. I've heard a lot of things from behind the scenes, talking with other people. But I just don't say a lot of shit, because I keep that information between me and those specific people. It's a reason why with MetaZoo stuff, the whole bankruptcy, y'all didn't hear a lot of certain things that came out weeks and months later, but I knew weeks and months prior. Same thing like this one. I keep my mouth shut. I just watch as things happen and see, that person was right. They weren't feeding me bullshit information. This is all true. Some people that never told me false information. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point. It's been a fucking hour. If you listen to this, good lord, I am so sorry. Before I end it, I'm gonna say a couple things, and if anyone wants to go, oh, he's just pro MetaZoo, why is all this MetaZoo shit? He's just shitting on NomNom because MetaZoo's coming back. No, fuck off. You can make an narrative, I don't give a fuck. It's bullshit and you're full of shit. But I hope the team succeeds. I hope that from here on things are positive. I don't expect actual updates for, like Brian said, like a month and a half, because they still need the templates to get sent to them. They need to get stuff prepped, do test prints. They need to do all that shit. Don't expect proper updates for a month and a half, so people got to give them leeway in terms of time. But in terms of criticizing, after this week, probably chill, because you're just going to beat a fucking dead horse at this point. And they will be updating on what some of the Kickstarter product they did get from that US printer, where it's going. I'm assuming some of it, maybe a lot of it, is going to go to existing backers, which, you know, it'd be great to see the difference and have a video in the future that'll show the difference of, you know, this is the dog shit product we're going to get. This is what we did get. I'll do the same thing. I'll rip the cards. I'll see the quality. I'll see the thickness. I'll see how they sound, how they feel, the gloss, whether they have gloss, whether they're matte, whether they're thick, thin, all those things, how they play, how they shuffle, like all that type of stuff. I'll look at it. It's gonna be, I think, a solid video for people to see what they could have gotten versus what they waited extra for. Which, now saying it out loud, it might be good, a good saving face for them doing that. You get to see what you could have had versus you actually got. So if they hit it out of the park, maybe they get a few people back with amazing quality and waiting. And waiting wouldn't be the problem if it was more transparent earlier. That was one of the bigger issues. It's just transparency. Not quiet, not set dates that don't happen. You know, it gets to a point where printer's full of shit, the printer's full of shit. Like, why you keep believing the bullshit? Like, why you keep believing, like I said earlier, cheating X isn't going to cheat on you again. Like, you're just gullible at that point, and it's your fault at that point. Like, you're letting it happen to yourself. So, yeah, y'all let me know in the comments below, and I have a couple other videos that will be released soonish. They are MetaZoo related, and they are talking about two specific individuals in two separate videos. I've held off on releasing those videos for certain reasons. One is a dog shit video, but I'm going to post it anyways, because fuck it. And another is one that I want to see what happens releasing it. So, yeah, y'all let me know in the comments. This is an hour and 5 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. I'm so sorry you have to listen to this shit. I really am. If you even made it this far. If you made it this far, good fucking luck. And if you didn't listen to it its entirety and you just started bitching and moaning in the comments, listen to the whole fucking thing. Probably should have prefaced with, I hope the team succeeds. I hope they do well. I hope, it works out for them. Should have prefaced with that, but I guess I'll see who listened to my whole annoying ass voice talk for an hour 5 minutes. Alright, I'll shut the fuck up now. Alright, yo. I'll catch you later.